Literally, whenever I look at a fruit, all I see from that fruit is a nice wine product. As a result, I have made wine from tomatoes, I've made wine from ginger, I've made wine from mangoes, I've made wine from bananas, and the list continues. After my training in food processing, I set up this enterprise. This was in 2018. And after that, up to now, I no longer whine about poverty. I don't lament for the government to come and help us, saying government, no. I no longer blame others for poverty. And the tip to anyone out there, I started with just 17 liters of fruit wine, but I consistently kept on working. I had a target that at the end of every month, my target was at least 40 liters. And right now, as you can see, I do have more than 1,000 liters of wine and pulp in this facility. Again, the tip to those ones out there, do not just wake up, you sit down, you start claiming for Sente za Kameza, and you really wonder, because if we spent the night together, where do you expect this man or me to have gotten that? Instead of blaming others and not working, just come out, we train you, and your life could also be changed. I have always loved organic farming. I used to practice backyard organic farming, and I could sell my horticultural produce at the shop. I was growing pumpkins, I was growing watermelons. In the backyard, I also used to have papaya or pawpaws, and I was selling all this produce to the shop. The market for them was really good because they were pure organic. Then one of my regular clients had heard that at Rusty College in Mitiana, found an organization called the AVC Sky was supporting people to go and train in value addition. So this friend of mine told me to come get in touch with Rusty College. I called them. They confirmed that indeed the program was there. I went for training. And after that, I have never looked back. Yeah, on average, at least I sell like at least 50 to 100 bottles of wine. But mainly, sometimes I get events, like say wedding, somebody might come and say, hey, Stephen, I've got this event coming in 2 weeks or a month's time. Can you supply like 500 bottles or 100? It is not a daily thing that one comes in and say, hey, get me this. But what I can really assure you is that the market is wide open and it cannot be satisfied. In fact, it is as if there is no competition. People, not just the young, but everybody, whoever is able to start printing money through agribusiness, they come, I train them. Those who want to have exposure visits, I invite them to come here and they see how I did money to set up this thing. Again, on that, as you can see, this one, we had in May, we had a group of agribusiness university students from the Netherlands. We spent like a week and I trained them how to make organic fruit wine, and this is what we made with them. Right now, I can comfortably assure you that the next generation of billionaires are going to be farmers, especially those in value addition. For me, I started with 35,000 shillings with 17 liters of wine, and as you can see, one jerry can has got 20 liters. From that one jerry can, I get 25 bottles of this. Every bottle costs 20,000. I do train other people out there because the first one thing I think everyone has to do is the mindset adjustment. They have to really open up their minds really wide. Before I came here, I used to be like that. I used to blame others for poverty and all that. But from the fruits, for example, a pumpkin, you can make pumpkin flour from that, and that is very good for the bakery industry. You can make a juice, you can make a wine. If you are dealing with, say, pineapples or mangoes or passion fruit, you can even add jam. If you are into bananas, then you can even make daddies, you can even solar dry. All that is money, because it is true. There's a lot of money in farming, but the real money is not in the real produce. Instead, it is in value addition. So if you have a farm of fruits out there, could be mangoes, could be passion fruits, could be bananas, anything, because there's nothing that does not sell here in Uganda. The number one thing that you should be considering is value addition, and you never look back. Even the people that we admire, the MPs and the most powerful in the country, trust me, they do have their farmers. Okay. And the different packages we have is that, one, you can either come to us or we can come to you. If you are really poor, do not just sit there and start lamenting. You need to get back on your feet, because it is like if you are in a 5-meter hole deep underground, it is you to raise up your hand and make a noise so that the passers-by can realize where you are. But if you get there, you keep quiet, no one will realize about it. So the tip to those one is that they need to adjust their attitude, get in touch with us who have been there, and we shall show them around. Because before, like I said, I also used to be like them, but when I saw the light and got saved, I have never looked back. One, from the government, for me, it is really unbelievable that you read the stories where younger people, sometimes not younger people, they were given bags of money, like they put it in the Balyejjusa center, but when they did not have anything, these were briefcase business ideas. While for us who are on the ground, who have started something, whereby even His Excellency wants to go and see, or another person, there is something, they would come, they see, they engage us, then for us, we don't stand really a chance to be supported. That is one challenge. Then to the youth, I don't know how to put it, but most of them, they tend to be a little bit lazy. And then the other thing is actually, you mentioned it right, that they tend not to like agriculture or business, not knowing that that is where the greatest opportunity is. Those who have taken this on, they no longer whine about anything, and they are just bosses on themselves. Then the challenge as a processor, like I told you before, is that one of the challenges that I'm really facing is that the market is too big. I can't satisfy it. You remember last time there was a Nyege event in eastern Uganda. One of them had wanted to give them around 800 bottles. I didn't have that, and he was paying cash. Now, what do you call it? Resources have always been limited, because as you can see, you haven't seen any equipment that I own as a person. But even the training, for me, I was trained that if I wanted to do any product, I can do anything with or without equipment. I am not saying that machinery or equipment is not essential in food processing, but you can start with or without that. So if I manage to have this within that short period, you can wonder how far I would be if I had the